The president's post-inauguration plans may take him to Palm Beach. Bloomberg is reporting that on the morning of Joe Biden's inauguration, President Trump will fly to his Mar-a-Lago estate and that he intends to live there. So is it really as easy as that? Alex Wayne leads Bloomberg's White House coverage, and he joins us now by phone from Washington. Alex, it makes perfect sense that Trump would head to South Florida after next week, but this is Trump, which means there's always some kind of controversy. Why would moving to Mar-a-Lago be an issue?
Well, his neighbors don't really want him there, it seems. The Washington Post, to give them some credit here, has reported that a group of his neighbors have hired a lawyer, and this lawyer has complained to the city that Trump living at Mar-a-Lago permanently would be in violation of an agreement he struck with the city back in the 90s when he turned the place into a resort. This hasn't resulted in a lawsuit or anything. I think that the lawyer is trying to get the city to issue some sort of declaration or something that Trump can't live there, but that hasn't happened yet. So looks like, as far as anybody knows, Trump is going to fly down there and plant his flag.
So wait, is the city of Palm Beach doing anything to prevent President Trump from living there? I mean, if it does nothing,
No.
Would he be allowed to live there?
We're not aware of them doing anything to prevent him from moving to Mar-a-Lago, and unless the city does something, presumably he can live there.
Got it. Now, are any of President Trump's staff going with him, moving to South Florida as well?
Yeah, a handful, led by his body man, a guy named Nick Luna, and Luna's wife, Cassidy Luna. They're both going to move down there and we believe become, personal aides to the president. Another aide is also moving down there to work for Jared Kushner, who plans to live in Miami at least part of the time with his wife, Ivanka Trump.
Yeah, I mean, it's a question worth asking, given that there have been a lot of resignations of late, and this is an administration in its final days. What about other Trump administration veterans? Will it be hard for them to move to the private sector the way that staffers from the outgoing administration usually do when there's a change in the party that is governing?
Well, I think they can probably expect a lot of scrutiny of their social media records, their public statements. You know, it's I think folks that have especially helped the president's false and misleading campaign against his election defeat are gonna have trouble landing, good jobs, at least in the private sector after leaving the administration. Other folks who've been, I think, quieter and have just kind of done their duty as public servants probably won't have too much trouble.
Well, what about like Steve Mnuchin or Mike Pompeo, who's been out front in really trying to maintain President Trump's legacy?
Yeah, those guys are sort of like they're sort of in a class of their own. Steve Mnuchin is independently wealthy. He doesn't have to get a job after the administration, or he could just go start his own thing. He could start a fund or a film company or whatever he wants to do after the administration. Mike Pompeo, we think, is probably going to run for president in a few years. So I would expect Mike Pompeo to remain in politics. Again, he can probably start some agency of his own, like a political action committee, something like that, to keep him going, write books, give speeches. There'll be a market for that for a guy like Mike Pompeo.
Yeah.
Folks I'm wondering about are people like Peter Navarro, the trade advisor, who lately has been issuing a series of just egregiously false reports about the president's election. Like, where is that guy going to get a job? I don't have any idea.
I'm sure there's some foundation or nonprofit in Washington or a think tank out there, as there usually is for every administration. So President Trump will skip the inauguration on January 20th, and we know he still has not formally conceded the election, none of which are required. This is just tradition, which
Sure.
the president has just declined to follow. Vice President Mike Pence is kind of stepping into the void. We've reported that he's reached out to the Biden-Harris administration. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, the New York Times broke that one first. They reported that he made a call, and we did confirm this. He made a call to the vice president. It was basically just a courtesy call, welcoming her to Washington. Very very polite and cordial. But the first time they've spoken directly since their debate during the campaign.
Yeah, but courtesies matter, especially now. By the way, what is the state of the relationship between President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence? Because there have been reports that it was pretty fractured after the riot last week.
It absolutely was. Mike Pence was furious at the president after the president incited the riot at the Capitol and then waited a couple hours to to do anything to call his supporters off. The vice president had to flee the Senate chamber along with lawmakers and hide from the rioters.
Right.
So he was steaming for a few days afterward. They finally met on Monday,
Got it.
if I remember right, and had lunch.
Alex, we got to leave it there. Bloomberg's Alex Wayne, really appreciate your joining us.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.